Hi, my name's Whitney Sanger, co-founder of Project Rooted. If you like cheese curds, then you're going to love this next spot. Join us as we tour WW Homestead Dairy, where we get to learn how cheese curds are made from start to finish.
My name is Steph Iverson. I am one of the people that works here at WW Dairy's farms. We have 2 dairy farms that supply the milk for the creamery, where we make milk and cheese and ice cream, cheese curds, cottage cheese, butter, and we milk about 90 cows on this farm. We keep all of our baby calves in huts out here on the farm. They stay in the huts for about 2 to 3 months. They get milk for about a month and a half to 2 months, and then they eat grain and water and lots of hay. We keep them in these huts by themselves right away, just to keep them from getting sick, because if one gets sick, then they like to suck on each other. So this way they stay a little bit healthier, they stay a little bit cleaner. We keep all of our baby girl calves, and they will eventually become our milk cows. We keep all of our little bull calves till they're about a year, and then they go to a different farm. A different farmer takes them and raises them up. So we are in the freestall barn right now. This is where the cows stay their whole lactation, which is how long we milk them. And about 2 to 3 months before they have a baby, they get dried off, which means we quit milking them. And so they get a little break for about 2 to 3 months. They usually go out to pasture, and then we bring them up and put them in a special pen right before they calve so they can have their babies up close in case we need to help them or just keep an eye on them. We use sand from the Mississippi to bed the stalls. A truck comes about once a week and brings us about 2 loads, and we just fill their stalls back up when they start getting empty. We mix feed for them 2 times a day, once in the morning, once at night. We have a big mixing cart, and we put our corn and hay, silage, minerals, and we grow all of our own crops. We have mainly Holsteins, but we have a few Jerseys, which are the brown cows. The Holsteins are the black and white cows. We have some cows that they calve in right about when they're 2 or 2.5. So we have some cows in here that are pretty young, and they're called heifers. And then we have some cows in here, we have a couple that are 10 or 11 years old. We have a lot of mom and daughters and grandmas all in here, kind of mixed together. We are in the parlor now. This is where we milk the cows. We have a double 6, so 6 come in on each side, so we're milking 12 cows at a time. We clean them with an iodine dip, which will disinfect the teat ends. We wipe them clean. We strip a little bit of the milk out to make sure the milk looks clean and healthy. And then we attach these things, which are called the milkers. They go like this, and each one of these attaches to one of their teats, and there's a sensor in here that will pull the milker off once a cow quits milking and she doesn't have any milk left. We dip them with the disinfectant again, just to keep them clean, and then they go back out in the freestall. It usually takes about 1.5 to 2 hours to milk and clean up, and then the milk truck will come and pick up all of our milk and take it into the creamery where they start processing it.
Hi, my name is Tom Weiner. I'm one of the co-owners of the Homestead Dairy, and we're going to take you through the steps of making fresh cheese curds here at the creamery this morning. When the milk comes in, we have our own milk truck that we send out to one of the 2 dairy farms that supplies the milk. It backs into this receiving bay and unloads into one of the 2 raw milk tanks. There's also a 3rd tank in the receiving bay that the whey, which is a byproduct of making fresh curds, goes in, and we take that back to the farm and we feed it to the cattle. When the milk leaves the receiving bay, it's pumped into the next room, which is the raw room. In the raw room, the milk is separated into milk, cream, skim milk, and we blend that to make all our different delicious dairy products. If we're making just fresh cheese curds, the milk is pumped directly from the raw room into the processing area. When it goes into the processing area, it goes through a high-temp, short-time pasteurizer that heats the milk and cools it back down and makes it safe to drink. From there, the milk is pumped into one of the cheese curd vats, where it is heated up. A product is added to it to cause the milk to curdle and separate into curds and whey. This is a hour-long or so process that involves stirring it, cutting it, and the final product you end up with is these slabs of curd, and then they're cut into the cheese curds. Once the curds are cut, they're salted, and that stops the curdling process. And from that point on, they're either put into forms to press back into block cheese, or they're flavored for the flavored cheese curds, or they're just packaged up direct out of there for fresh cheese curds. Well, thank you again for coming up to Waukon to WW Homestead Dairy and watching the process of making fresh cheese curds. We also do have a very nice retail store right here in the front of our creamery where you can stop by and enjoy a bunch of our many flavors of ice cream, cheeses, cheese curds. You can actually go back down through the viewing hallway anytime you're up here and watch us making our own fresh products. So thanks again, and hope to see you up here soon.
From the farm to the creamery to that first squeaky bite, we hope you enjoyed your tour at WW Homestead Dairy.